Okay, so welcome everybody. I am so excited. Some of you participated in the daily, what I call the daily intimacy, and that began when um, the pandemic began, and I really wanted a place for us to gather and connect. And the way that I did that was, well, we met daily for a little while, then we met weekly for about 14 months, and I had guests and every week, and it was really awesome. And then it felt like it was time to um, just put that aside and leave space for more creation and more creationship, as I say. And then as the end of last year was coming, the end of 2022, I thought, okay, I want to have another place for people to drop in, for people to connect, for some people that are getting to know me to have a space to do that with ease. So it came into my awareness to have this gathering 9:30 Eastern time every Monday. Although I will jump in right now and say next Monday I am traveling to California. So we are going to gather on Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So that'll just be, that'll happen every once in a while, obviously, when something's up. But next Monday I happen to be traveling. So you can tune in on Sunday morning. That would be amazing. So that's my intention, to have a space for people to drop in, to connect with each other, to connect with me, to get to know some about my work and how it's evolving, or to get to know a lot about my work and how it's evolving. And mainly the big intention is to start our week off with a blast of love and to have an experience, which I'm going to guide in a moment, and then to take some of the tools that come up whenever they do on Mondays, because my practice is to tune in to what's present here. So I'm tuning into all of you. I'm looking outside my window to the universe, and I'm listening and allowing that info to come through. So there will be tools, there'll be practices, there'll be something guided for sure every Monday. And I always love to hear how people take tools and practice them. So feel free to let me know. There'll be different ways to connect with me and with the Come Back to Love community, which I will share more about. So with that, I invite you to have a deep, deep breath down into your belly. And as you exhale, to gently close your eyes. So deep, deep breath. And as you're allowing yourself to settle in internally, I invite you to connect with the earth right now. To bring the energy up from the earth into your body as you breathe in. And as you exhale, to allow your exhale to travel down your body and into the earth. So to make that connection with the earth. As you breathe in, allowing her energy to come up into your field, and exhale, release that back down. Good. And then I'm going to invite you to expand your energy field. So it's jumping right into like a secondary piece of understanding of yourselves. So that I want to say first that we are more than our physical bodies. That we kind of like over focus on our physical bodies, and we think that that's kind of all there is to us. And I know that all of you have had the experience of like of catching someone's energy before you even knew they were in the space, like sitting somewhere in a room and kind of feeling somebody to the left or the right, and then looking, and there they are. And so we know that energy is real. We actually know that we are energy beings, more than you probably are aware of. You're an energetic being. And with that, I can say that we have these vast, expansive energy fields that surround our physical bodies. And so if you bring your attention to the space around you, I want to invite you to expand that space around you out to the four corners of your room, whatever space you're in. So if part of you is like, I don't know how to do that, just welcome that thought. There's no right, wrong, good or bad. Just see if you can imagine a bubble around you. That's one helpful way to begin this practice. And notice that it's over your head, left and right, down to the earth, behind you, and your physical body is in the center. And I want to invite you to expand that bubble. So push it out in all directions, above, below, and then all around you. And I always say, and I probably might, because of my own energy body, I need to focus behind me, which is true for many of us, that we tend to keep our fields close to us behind, in the back, because there's a lot of fear about what's sort of in the back and behind us, sometimes what's been in the past. So we're going to push that part of the bubble out also. And then beyond the four corners of your room, I'm going to invite you to continue expanding out into the space that is your town and your city and your state. And keep going, feeling yourself beyond that out to the continent that you're in, that you're on. Keep going beyond the US and Canada and Mexico and out into the ocean and the sea. And keep going. Allow your energy field to travel and expand around this entire beautiful globe that we are part of. And just notice any change in your body, in the feeling in your body as you expand. Notice if you feel more relaxed, maybe anything that felt sort of constricted or tight feels more relaxed now. Maybe there was a feeling that was emotional that sometimes can feel more intense and sometimes can feel less intense, or even like it's dissipated completely. And maybe you feel nothing different. You feel exactly the same. And that is also right. So again, no right, wrong, no good or bad. We're moving into a space of love. And I will talk more about come back to love and what that means over the weeks and months. But expanding our energy field is a really big part of it, because it's actually honoring and acknowledging who we really are. And when we honor and acknowledge who we really are, we're being more accepting and loving of who we are. And that is big part of this practice, of what I mean by come back to love. Part of what I mean by come back to love, because there's a lot more. So breathing into that expansive space now, I want to invite you, I'm sure everybody has already thought about 2023. Maybe some of you have a practice of resolutions. Maybe some of you have ditched that practice of resolutions. But I imagine there's something you are wanting to embrace in 2023. Maybe there's something you actually want to create, manifest, and have in your life and experience. Whatever that is for you, whether it's so defined or it's just an inkling of like, I want to feel more peaceful, or I want to feel healthier, or I want to feel, for some of you, it's like, I want to meet my partner, I want to find an amazing job, I want to have an abundance of money. Whatever they are, whatever the things are, I want to invite you to just tune into that. And maybe one that's the most prominent for you. Sometimes people will choose a word for the year. And so if that's your practice or that resonates for you right now, then allow that word to show itself to you. And the invitation is to tune into the energy of that word, or just like have that word in front of you. Now, you've expanded way out, right? So there isn't really, because we're infinite beings. So there's no edges to the bubble that you've created that's massive and expansive right now. But if there were, and for this purpose, we'll say there is, I want to invite you to pull the energy in of that word. So let's say that you would like to meet a partner this year. Take a moment and feel what that would feel like. Like, oh my gosh, that would feel amazing, right? That would feel loving. You'd feel like you have a companion. You'd feel maybe safe and secure. Maybe you'd feel like ecstatic and excited and turned on. All of that energy, whatever it is for you, I want to invite you to see it on the outside of your bubble and now invite it inside your bubble. So we're actually starting this year off with a powerful manifestation ritual, which we'll probably continue on with, because it's a big part of my work, because when we're aligned and in love, we can, in love, what I mean, aligned and in love with ourselves and connected to the divine, we can manifest and create whatever we want in our lives. And I know that because I've done it and I've witnessed it hundreds of times. So back to the bubble, the energy is outside it, but now it's probably inside it because I invited that into your awareness. And I want you to invite you to pull it strongly. And the way that I do that is to focus on my inhale, because as I'm bringing energy in, I'm like, like I'm pulling it in for me, focus on my inhale. That's how I like to do this practice. So pull, all that goodness that you just became aware of, that's now more fully in your awareness, more fully in your consciousness. And guess what? The universe, God, divine, whatever your word is also aware now of this energy that you're wanting in your energy field. And that is the way the universe can contribute to you, when the universe is really clear what it is. And so the more clarity you have, the more clarity you're communicating. And that's really amazing. That's how I manifested my partner and money last year and all kinds of things. Been pretty amazing. I always say miraculous, but it's like miracles are every day. It's just that when they happen, we're like, oh, that was a miracle. It was amazing. And it was, and it is, but they also happen every day. So pull. And then notice how you're feeling in your physical body when you pull that energy, right? Like if right now, all of a sudden you have that partner that you have been craving and yearning for and wanting, desiring and wishing for, it's like, what does that feel like now that you have that energy as part of your energy field? So a big part of it is sort of lighting up in the emotional, like really psyched and excited, or whatever it is you feel. Maybe you feel really relaxed. Like, oh yeah, finally. Deep exhale, totally relax. Like that feeling needs to be acknowledged in your body by you. So take a moment and just acknowledge that for yourself. Yeah, good. All right. So if you haven't yet, I'm going to invite you to smile. Sounds funny, but smiling just lights up all the energy circuits in our body, lights up our cells. And when you've manifested, when you have that experience of bringing that energy into your field, feeling it physically, it's like smiling is the thing that I imagine you would do if you were like by yourself walking in the woods, you'd be like smiling. So I'm not looking at you, nobody can see you. But a big smile on your face goes a long way. And it's an expression of gratitude and appreciation. And we know how much that changes our lives. So inhale and exhale. This weekend at the New Year's Eve ritual I participated in, we were talking about how where we put our attention creates our lives. And so one of my intentions for my own life and for this weekly gathering is to encourage all of us to really get that truth and to practice it. Where we put our intention, where we put our attention creates our lives. And then it came up again, like last night on a phone call with my aunt in New York City, like just randomly. So it's just like the universe just sort of has been feeding this reminder for me again and again. So I share it with you as a reminder to all of you. So deep, deep breath and exhale. And then gently open your eyes. And I am going to stop the live stream on YouTube. So thank you for everybody participating and listening in on YouTube.